Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
How can we help?
So I have been listening to the show and as well as Dr. John Deloney's show for years. But my husband and I have been living paycheck to paycheck and using credit cards to fill in gaps. Fast forward to today, I'm pregnant with baby number 2,
Yay.
due at the beginning of November.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm 4 months into intensive EMDR therapy, just surrounding my childhood trauma. And it feels like a fog has been lifted, and I'm seeing our situation more clearly. And now I'm just terrified and don't know the right way out of the mess that we've created financially.
Can I just tell you that's EMDR is tough, and that's a courageous move on your part. I'm really proud of you, like for
Thank
real.
you.
And you're pregnant now. You've been going through that for the last few months.
Yeah.
That will have dividends on your child's nervous system that's growing inside of you. Like what you've done is literally changing your family tree. I'm so proud of you. It's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so I remember one time I was doing some hard trauma counseling, and a few months later, my counselor asked me, and you may have heard me talk about this on my show. She asked me, like, what do you feel? And I said, I feel like my marriage is great. My kids are great. My job is awesome. I don't know how to say this, but objectively, if I was just to go down the list, I would tell you I feel depressed. I feel like I'm running low. And she smiled real big and said, this is you for the first time since you can remember that you're not in fight or flight. And she smiled and goes, this is what normal feels like. And you're going to have to practice living like this without being amped up and fighting and running all the time. And I want to tell you, it's been the best living, like falling asleep at night because I'm tired, right? Those kind of moments. And so I tell you all that to tell you, as you begin to heal, reality sets in, right? And for me, that reality was after 15 years of running and screaming and fighting everybody and running and trying to achieve everything, I got a good marriage, and I got a good job, I got a good life. But also, in your case, that could, like, the smoke can clear, the fog lifted, as you said, and you could realize, whoa, we owe a lot of money, and we are living paycheck to paycheck, and we're making some daily and weekly and monthly choices that have to be different. Or maybe my marriage isn't what I want it to be or what I thought it would be. And so I think now you're in a place where your body is telling you, okay, now we have some real things to be scared of in the present, right? And with trauma, like your body's responding in the present to things that happened in the past. Well, now we've got some real things in the present. And so now I want you to do this. I want you to be really curious about what your body's trying to get your attention for. And I hope you hear my voice on purpose, like, what are you trying to tell me? So as you say, I'm scared, tell me what you're scared of. What's your body trying to get your attention about?
We don't have anything in savings.
Okay.
And we have about $33,000 in, credit cards, and we have a truck, and then we also have a mortgage on top of that.
What do y'all do for a living?
So I work for city government, and my husband's a carpenter.
Okay.
How much you guys make?
He is unemployed for portions of the year, so we've been making about $100,000 a year.
Why does he choose to be unemployed for parts of the year?
I don't know.
So if I was a gambling man, and I'm terrible at gambling, so I don't really ever do it, but if I was a gambling man, I would suggest to you that a big alarm system that's going off in your body is you are tethered to somebody that you don't feel safe with. And maybe not feel safe because he doesn't hit you or doesn't scream or run around on you, but he is not providing in a way that makes any sense to you. And you're a pregnant mother of one, about to be two. You're working a full-time job, and he's sitting at home going, I don't know. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like that's the place to start.
Yeah. That's what we find, Emily, is so often we say on this show, and it ends up being really true, is that our money problems are just the symptom of other things going on. And so, so I think, you addressing that, have you addressed concerns with him in a very clear way that your thoughts, or are you just kind of now coming to this reality as you're calling us?
Yeah, we've talked about it, and he agrees with it, and he understands the Dave Ramsey plan and wants to go along with it. But then when it comes to actually like making a budget and sticking to it, that's where, I get left alone.
Well, there's a step beneath the Dave Ramsey plan that he's not buying into, and that is, I'm going to work to provide for my family.
And take care of my family, yeah.
He's not honoring his wife, and he's not honoring his 2 kids because he takes off half the year. And I was just in Texas this past a couple days ago for a speaking event, and I went to visit my friend who works maintenance at a university, and he's one of the greatest guys in the world. His name is Gustavo. And I went to visit him after move-in day. It's 1,000 degrees in Texas. And I went to visit him after move-in day when the maintenance guys are up from 4:30 in the morning until 4 p.m. at night. And I knocked on his door. I haven't seen him in a decade. And his wife said, "Oh, he's working. He's at UPS right now." That's a guy that's working to take care of his family, right? He went after a job that would have buried all of us, and then he went to his other job that would have buried all of us. And it was see what I'm saying? Like that's taking care of your family. Your husband's not doing that. And then the Dave Ramsey stuff, like Rachel, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
He just, he's not a person of integrity at that point.
Yeah. So the conversation, Emily, I would have with him is not, well, we're not doing the Dave Ramsey thing.
I can't breathe.
I'm scared. I'm scared. And that's to the point when that isn't answered and a couple can't look at each other and say, okay, how are we going to do this journey together and lock arms and figure out solutions, which could be the Dave Ramsey plan. But when you're not willing to do that, that's when the marital issues really come to light. And that's when I would say, bring in a third party. You guys need
a third
counseling
party right now. Yeah.
Therapy to get your marriage in a healthy spot, and then looking at your finances. But in the meantime, Emily, doing what you can of, creating a budget, not going in the hole financially is the Band-Aid to kind of keep you afloat. But the bigger picture here, I think, is that marriage piece. So we'd encourage you to go forward. I would hang on the line, Emily, because Austin will pick up, and I want to give you guys Financial Peace University. If you guys can sit down and go through a few of these lessons together, I think it may be really helpful to start the conversation. This is The Ramsey Show.